Okay. All right. So in this story, you guys begin in the East Coast. There's a bus heading uh, westward. You're like in the Northeast, and you're heading to Buttfuck, Wisconsin, because for some reason or another, you guys have no interest in being near civilization. Um, you're You have 5 passengers on the bus. It's just you guys. There's no one else. And your driver is a nice enough guy called Bernie. Uh, Landscape, it's about, say, 7 o'clock. Sun is setting, and um, you're just passing a lot of forests, a lot of farmland. Not much to be seen at this point. You guys are around Wisconsin. You guys are somewhere in Wisconsin on a highway. Uh, uh, Bernie, who has been fairly talkative uh, beforehand, he just seems kind of concerned at this point. But he's not saying anything. So I'll just leave you guys to your own devices at this.
T-Mac would be sitting near the back of the bus, shuffling a deck of cards, kind of looking around the bus to see if there's anybody that seemed like a kind of a logical mark for him to be able to kind of maybe fleece some cash off on this little trip here. He knows it's going to be a long journey, so he's thinking of ways that he can get himself a little bit of travel money.
Rufus is going to be also in the back and in the corner, and he's going to be kind of hunched in on himself, and he's going to keep looking around all the time. His eyes won't stay in one place very long, and he's going to have a notebook, and he's going to be always like flipping through the notebook and muttering to himself. And anybody who's sitting near him will see that the notebook is filled with sketches and diagrams and symbols and names and strange languages that are almost indecipherable. And he'll just keep flipping through this and muttering to himself during the trip.
All right.
I'm
T-Mac.
sitting about.
Rufus.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just to say I'm probably sitting about middle of the bus, passed out, snoring.
I'd say Bobby's probably somewhere middle of the bus, probably laying across some seats, fiddling with his Swiss Army knife.
Morgan would be sitting behind Rufus with his backpack with a sleeping bag rolled up attached to it. He's sitting back in his seat, his legs stretched out with his MP3 player on and earbuds in his ears as he's listening to music and occasionally looking over the bus at the other people that are riding along.
Cool. Bernie, like, the bus keeps riding on, and over the course of half an hour, Bernie just continues to get more and more frustrated. And he kind of pulls over the bus for a little bit, and he says, "Hey guys, I think there's a problem with the bus, so I'm just gonna go to the next stop and check it out, because I'm afraid the bus is gonna break down on us in the middle of the road. I'd rather be somewhere where I could get some help."
T-Mac would be sitting at the back, and as the one person kind of gauging each of the people, he would probably want to see if he could notice anything really unusual about this situation, or if it just seems to be, like he says, a bus problem.
Uh, looking around, you got your notice.
Yeah.
All right. So roll your notice die and your wild die. You're gonna be rolling your wild die with pretty much everything.
Okay. So the notice die was a 3, the wild die was a 6.
Okay. So since um, since you rolled the highest number on that d6,
Yep.
You get to roll it again and add it on to that
Sweet.
6.
6 plus 4.
Okay. So your notice is 10. Your target numbers all in this game are your target number is always going to be 4.
Okay.
And then the difficulty is going to be modifiers to your dice roll. So you're always trying to hit 4. And when you hit every 4 above that, that's a raise, and you get like perks. So
Nice.
basically, you see you notice more on an 8, and you notice even more on a 12. But a 4 is a success, and under a 4 is a failure.
Gotcha.
So yeah, like you don't really notice anything strange with the bus. Like you kind of like he's been stressing out over the gauges, but like really it's the Bernie, the one that's acting weird. Like maybe he's tripping out about nothing, but you don't really think there's any problem, or you haven't noticed this problem that Bernie has.
Rufus will turn to T-Mac and he'll be visibly concerned and agitated, and he'll say, I don't like it, man. I don't like this. You know, what are the chances? You know, just our boss has a problem. You know, it's them. I'm telling you, it's them. They're already onto us. They've already found us. They're following us. I don't like this, man. We should change bosses. We shouldn't take this bus anymore.
I look over at oh god, forget his name already. I look over to him and say, "Chill for just a few more minutes till I get to where I need to go. You're starting to stress me out just by looking at you. Chill for just a few more minutes."
The paranoid guy is Rufus.
Yeah.
Rufus.
So, Morgan, who's sitting behind Rufus, has his music going pretty loud, and he cannot hear anything, but he sees Rufus talking in his hand gestures, and has obviously witnessed this before, and he kind of rolls his eyes as he begins watching the others to see how they're going to react, knowing, at least guessing at what he's saying, or the gist of what he's saying.
Yeah. Kind of unexpected for Bernie. He's kind of taken aback by the suddenness of this passionate paranoia. And but he goes back and he just keeps driving the bus. You guys continue on for not long, 15 minutes, and there's a light ahead in the road. The sun is coming down. Like it's, you know, that point in the day where the sun isn't in the view anymore, but like the sky is still pink at the horizon. The top is like dark blue, and it's kind of like where if you had like, if you wanted to read something without a light, you really have to put it up to your face. You could do it, but like just like all the details beginning to wash away. And you guys roll up to this like lone building, and along the way you see a sign that says welcome to, and should have highlighted the names on this. Welcome to Ebbenburg. and it's this old sign, like it's supposed to be a town or something, but you just get there and it's one building. There's like a plot of land around it, like it's like this big road, and there's like driveways that like don't really lead anywhere anymore. Like this at one point was an actual town, but now it's just a solitary store. The bus pulls into this parking lot in the front. There's just one car parked in front of the store. It's like a late 80s, early 90s sedan. And then Bernie parks the bus and he says, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go inside and call dispatch. I'm gonna ask them what I should do and check if I could see anything wrong with this bus, and I'll be right back. I guess you guys could chill out or whatever." And he gets off the bus. He leaves the door open, and he walks into the store.
So T-Mac, by this point, would be thinking that we're going to be here a while. So he's still kind of doing the long shuffle of the cards. And he finally just decides, he's like, well, I guess we might as well do something. He's like, so gentlemen, anybody up for a little bit of fun since we're going to be here a while? I'm thinking a game of top card. We'll keep it simple. Maybe $1 a hand. Who's in?
Rufus is busy on his cell phone. He's researching this place.
You have no
through
reception.
his contacts.
You realize you have no reception in this place.
Seeing
I'm gonna hold my phone out and say, see guys, no reception now. I don't like this at all. It's not a good start.
seeing as how I've got nothing to do, I'll join T-Mac for like one hand.
Alright, you put $1 down?
hmm
Okay, so T-Mac gets a Jack of Hearts. And
Alright.
Bobby gets a 4 of Diamonds. It was clearly not a forced card.
Yeah. Oh well.
I'll flip the dollar into the air, kind of like let it kind of flutter down, catch it again, and be like, one more time.
No, sorry, I'm not the gambling type, but it was a good first hand.
And I would pull the dice out of my pocket and then kind of flip it up into the air and catch it between 2 fingers and be like, how about a new game?
I'm sorry, I only have $9, so I can't do anything else.
T-Mac looks a little bit disappointed, and he's like, well, all right. And he goes back and start seeing him doing like little card tricks, like, you know, where he's kind of setting the deck up in the way he wants, or, you know, changing things around, things like that.
So in the meantime, Bernie is like come out of the store, popped open the engine compartment. He's poking around there for like 5 minutes, and then he goes back in the store. Anything? Everyone's just chilling in the bus.
What's around here? Some woods, like across the road or whatever.
Yeah, so there's just this this one road that you guys came on, and maybe the last building was 2 miles back. Just looked like a side road that led to a farm on a hill, and this, as far as this area itself, it's kind of like the side that the store is on is more sparse trees. The opposite side of the road is definitely denser, like kind of like the forest area. And this building is like an old brick building from who knows when. Like the paint is like cracked on the sign, and it reads Raynard's Store. There's it's a big parking lot. There's a phone booth in the corner of the parking lot. There's that one car I mentioned, and a street light. That's all.
So Rufus is gonna he's gonna still sit on the bus, but he's gonna be looking out the window, and he's just gonna kind of look to the side, into the trees, and he's just gonna look, and then he's gonna turn back, and he's gonna quickly turn back again and look, and he's gonna get really tense. And he's gonna say, oh shit, oh shit, and he's just like turn his whole body away from the window, and he's not gonna want to look out the window anymore after that.
Well, I'm going to poke around under the seat, see if any other passing, like spare change or like anything of use that might come in handy to me.
Let's see. I didn't really find anything of interest down there.
Probably like a few pennies or something.
You make your dollar back scrounging around for change.
Well, at least I didn't lose much.
And Bernie comes out of the store, heads into the bus, and he says, "All right, we're going to be waiting here a little while. Dispatch seems to think that we're just going to wait for another bus. They're sending someone out. It's going to be a 3-hour wait. So, I guess a lady in the store says they're closing up soon. If you guys want to get something while you're waiting, yeah, feel free. But we're going to be waiting here a while."
Seeing as how it's going to be 3 hours till another bus comes, I'm probably going to head into the store, pick something up.
All right, anyone coming along?
Yeah, after the ride and now being stopped due to his past experiences, he's not really fond of closed spaces, and now that the bus is not moving, the air is kind of settling on him uncomfortably, so Morgan will grab his pack and quickly head up the bus, kind of to stretch his legs and walk around and head into the store before it closes. Buy a
Before
drink
he
and a
gets off
snack.
before he gets off the bus, Rufus will be like, "Hey, Morgan, can you grab me something from the store, man? I'm not going out there. Fuck that.
What you
I'm
need?
staying right here."
What would you like?
Whatever, man. Just some drink and a sandwich.
Sure, I'll grab you something.
Alright.
T-Mac himself is going to stand up and start waking his way forward as well. But as he gets off the bus as well, he's kind of doing a left and right out of the windows as well. He seems to have a little bit more of an elevated sense of paranoia than he had earlier in his moment too. But his doesn't seem to be from any weird situation. It's more like he's looking for someone. And he'll get off the bus as well.
All right, are you going to go into the store, or are you just staying outside?
I will go in the store as well.
Okay.
If Rufus is going to be the only person on the bus, then he's going to just scramble and leave too with the last person. He's not going to want to be alone on the bus.
My character's
Well,
still on the bus. He's still
Chris?
snoring.
Is Chris staying inside?
My character is still on the bus.
Yeah,
He's just in
Chris
there.
is
Yeah,
still in there.
he's just snoring.
Chris is out cold.
This grumpy-looking dude sleeping, like kind of like woke up from his.
He probably looks a little bit like me, except he's wearing dog tags.
What was that?
I was just saying, my character probably looks a little bit like me, but he's wearing dog tags and he's got like a thick denim jacket.
All right. So you're just snoozing. Are you still? Are you okay?
Grab sleep wherever you can.
All right. So we have T-Mac, Morgan, and Bobby entering the store. You guys walk in, and you see in the store. It's an old building, but it's pretty clean, pretty well watched after. There's a lady behind the counter, middle-aged woman. She introduces herself as Sheila, and tells you guys that she's going to be closing in 10 minutes. You guys look around the store. You see, it's like a general store, like everything that there'd be an aisle for in Walmart. There's like 2 items here. and
Alright.
there's some junk food, some drinks in a fridge. There's a little buffet rack next to the counter. Are you guys browse around?
Yeah. Browse around a bit. Probably pick up a soda and some chips.
All right, yeah, your soda and chips. What about you other guys?
T-Mac would look for a large bottle of water in the 2-liter variety, and anything that he can find that would be like fresh, either like a sandwich or a fruit or anything like that.
You see this fresh? Uh, there's like packaged snack food, trail mix, and the like. There's like a uh, little buffet trays next to the counter, but that once you go up to have a closer look, it looks like it was made in the morning. And
Fair
there's
enough.
like
Trail mix
corn on
sounds
the
good.
cob, some cornbread, and a soggy piece of fried chicken.
Nice. I'll grab a slice of cornbread and some trail mix.
All right.
Hmm.
Uh, T-Mac, Bobby, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan's gonna grab a couple of waters. He's definitely not getting anything caffeine related for Rufus. And then looking over the buffet, he'll quickly dismiss that and look for. He'll just grab a bag of chips for Rufus, and then look for whatever the healthiest option would be for himself. Trail mix, if they have any fresh fruit, anything like that.
Mm,
Me, I'm
yep,
just looking
true.
for the cheapest items in the store.
Yeah, chips. So you guys grab your sorted snacks, and Bobby's the first to go up to the counter. So he notices as he gets closer, behind Sheila, there's like a long some cases, some closed off, locked up cases, and there's like hunting, fishing equipment, and there are guns there as well. There's 3 rifles, 2 shotguns locked up, and
I'm gonna ask her what's the deal with the stuff behind her. Just like,
oh, she
like,
says well, we're country folk over here, so we like our
uh,
fishing and hunting.
makes sense. Makes sense. I know a guy who grew up in the country. Anyway, well, uh, what, any history on this place? Like, what's been going on around here?
Um, she looks kind of uncomfortable as you ask her that. She like averts her gaze. She doesn't wanna. She says, "Well, this place is has come on some rough times, so uh, there used to be a lot more people. It's kind of lonely out here. I mean, we got our regulars. That's how this store stays in business, but it's we don't have people sticking around or visiting us too much. It's pretty boring."
All right, good to know. Well, anyway, as I'm guessing we're finishing up this purchase, I'm sort of quickly walking over to the bus just to stay out of it. Just to stay out a bit, to stretch my legs.
All right, you going out? Uh, you guys are Morgan and T-Mac, also paying for your stuff. You're lingering around.
As I'm paying for my items, I'll kind of look to see if Morgan's close or if he's a little bit further away, and I might lean in a little bit to the shopkeeper and just kind of say, "I noticed you've got some good stock there. Any 38 rounds?"
38 rounds. Yeah. What's you got are you hunting around here or something?
Well, I'm visiting a friend, and he's got an old 38 that we used to shoot when we were kids, and I thought I would, bring him a box of shells so we could plink off some cans in the backyard later on.
Sure. She gets out a box and says it's $20.
He's like, wow, I didn't know that the price would be so high in these parts. Would you sell me a half box?
No, I can't do that. These are sealed.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, well, I guess I'll have to get him something else later then.
All
I
right.
pay for my items.
She looks kind of relieved, and she puts the boxes back in the case, locks them up. Morgan, anything else before you go?
No, he'll go up to the counter and set all his items down. He'll briefly glance over the weapons, but he has no particular interest in them.
All right. So, back in the bus, Barney's just dicking around, just poking his head to the engine compartment. So, nothing much.
Rufus,
That's right.
Rufus has moved to the other side of the bus, and after looking out the window one more time at the trees, he's moved to the far side of the bus, right to the corner, pressed against the glass, and he's staring outside, and there's like a kind of street light outside of the shop, the store, and the street light when they approached was fine, but now the street light's kind of flickering on and off, like something's shorting out in the light. And he's just staring at it when the others approach.
Mesmerized.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Okay.
yeah, anyone else?
Before re-entering the bus, Morgan will stop at the front of the bus and kind of look up at the driver and then to the engine, and so you have any idea what's going on with it?
I think the alternator's bad. Kind of saw the gauges go dim as I was driving. That's what kind of like got me to pull over. Called dispatch, and they said it does happen, and actually I'm gonna go in there and give them a call again before the store closes up, and just check in real quick. I'll be right back.
Cool. Oh wait, real quick, another question. Have you do you regularly drive this route?
I've rode this route before. I'm pretty new. I've only been driving for a year or less. But yeah, I've rode this route a couple of times.
You ever had problems like this before? Or is this the first time?
No, this is the first time I've had to stop the bus and be off schedule. And he kind of goes back into the store.
You see Rufus nodding, and Morgan, see, this time.
While going in, Bobby's sort of like, seeing as how we're gonna be here a while, might as well ask, why are you guys taking this route?
Did T-Mac and Morgan, are you guys getting back on the bus?
Yeah, and I'm
Getting on, yeah.
Rufus's stuff.
Nice. Thanks, man.
T-Mac would look at Bobby for a quick second, but he would kind of quickly put something into his mouth from the trail mix bag and kind of just like point to his mouth like, oh, I can't talk, I got a mouthful. And then he would kind of just turn away.
Morgan would point to a patch on his bag that has the letters PHI on it. And he would say, Rufus and I were going to check out this supposedly haunted farm not too far from here.
Hmm.
And Rufus
Is
says, supposedly.
Crystal snoozing?
Well,
without a
Sing it.
doubt. I mean, he's just, like I said, catching sleep where he can. It'll probably take an act of God to get him to start moving.
seeing as how no one's really doing much, I'm just gonna open up the bag of chips and sort of be funny and put a chip like on the tip of Chris's nose.
I slap his hand away. I'm like, kid, really. Let
Oh,
me
he's
be.
awake.
You guys making as much noise as you are. Of course I am.
Is
Just checking to make sure you're not dead.
I was snoring, wasn't I?
I knew a guy who snored himself to death.
All right. So as
I'm gonna shift around uncomfortably, like I'm gonna try and actually get some sleep, and just kind of put my head in the corner, leaning back.
so as Bobby trolls the guy with obvious anger issues, kind of see Sheila step out, kind of look around, and just head to her car. She gets in, starts it up, and leaves.
Morgan kind of raises an eyebrow, watching her as she drives away, and then glancing to the store. Having remembered the bus driver said he was going to make a call. Move to the front of the bus to see if he can see him.
You look around from inside the bus. No sign of Bernie.
Well, Bobby takes notice of T-Mac's behavior and the weird notice of Bernie not coming back by now, and just starts to get this creepy sort of heebie-jeebies feeling he gets along his spine.
See? Now you guys are getting it.
Either that or Rufus creeping me out.
And Rufus will turn to Morgan and say, What's happening? What's going on?
He'll just raise a hand, not wanting to give him any more encouragement as he cautiously walks off the bus, looking around.
Rufus just be like, oh man, here we go again. Just like last time.
Wait, Rufus, what did you say? Just like last time?
Nothing, man, nothing. Nothing to worry about. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, probably just Rufus creeping Bobby out.
I think
Just,
T-Mac by this time.
Stay on the bus, Bobby. Stay on the bus. Don't get off the bus.
I think T-Mac by this time would be noticing both now that Morgan has made his way off the bus and the bus driver is missed, as well as the driver gone as well. And he will, in a very different sense of paranoia than Rufus, he would reach back behind himself and he'd kind of pat the back of his hip, and then he would kind of make sure to tug his jacket down a little bit, and then he's going to follow Morgan off the bus.
And since Rufus doesn't know the other two guys, he's going to probably get off the bus at this point too. If things are going to get creepy, he's going to want to be close to his partners.
Alright.
Well, Bobby's probably getting off the bus now because seeing as how he's starting to trust T-Mac a bit, because he seems like he seems like the person you could probably relate to the most, seeing as how he doesn't know anyone else here.
Once the kids off the bus, and I'm the last one there,
Yeah.
then I'll actually stand up and walk to the front like they're standing at the door on the bus, just kind of watching them.
All right.
Hmm.
So
Uh,
Rufus walks off the bus and he's just peering around, looking everywhere, really looking behind him, looking around. Right, he's gonna follow Morgan.
all right. Where do you want to, or how do you want to search, Morgan?
Well, as I step out of the bus, I will go around to the front, and if I don't see him, then I'll head over to the store, assuming it's locked, but I'll like try the door anyway, and then kind of like lean in and peek through the windows to see if I can see anything.
Yeah, um, you look around the bus, like the engine compartment's still propped up. You head over to the door, kind of check it, and it was locked from the inside before Sheila left. And uh, there's no windows on these doors. These are just like old school wooden doors.
Hmm. Uh, Morgan will then kind of look up and glance around to see, again, not expecting it, to see if there's any like cameras on the outside.
Um, yeah, there's no cameras. The only technology you see around is just the phone line going off of the building into the wire along the street.
So he'll turn around and give Rufus a look, then turn back to the door as he slides a hand into his backpack, uh, pulling out his lockpicks and trying to see if he can open the door.
As he's doing
Rufus.
that, I think I would kind of motion Bobby a little bit closer because I can see that he's getting a little bit paranoid about what's going on. And as Bobby gets a little bit closer, you can see T-Mac kind of pulls his dice out and spins it on the top of his finger and gives the kid a little wink, like as if he's got everything under control. And then he flips the dice up, catches it, and puts it back in his pocket. Kind of gives him a pat on the shoulder.
All right.
All right. Do you have a lock picking, Morgan?
Yes.
All right. So roll that lock picking D4 and your wild die, which is a D6.
So it would be 4. Two and a 2.
All right. This was unsuccessful. You're not familiar with this kind of lock. And you've picked some locks before, but this is just unfamiliar.
Probably a lot older than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
T-Mac would kind of walk forward and see Morgan trying to go with the lock, and he's like, back when I was a youngster, I played around with stuff like that too. Maybe I can give you a hand.
Do you want to have a try?
Yeah.
All right. So your lock picking die and a D6.
Yeah. So the D6 got the 5.
Nice. You are successful. Kind of.
As the door kind of clicks open, the first thing I would do is look at the picks, kind of give them a nod and a quick flick, and hand them back over to Morgan.
Nice.
I would then step back from the door, because again, he was the original person to try to open it, and I would kind of motion him as, hey, it's your show.
So he'll accept the lockpicks with a nod. It's a nice job. You have to show me that later, that little trick you used. Once he has his lockpick secured, then he's going to slowly pull the door open, looking inside.
Once they start moving inside, does this place have a flat roof or is it a angled roof?
It's just a one-story building. It's a pretty tall roof, like up like 20 feet up. It's just like a brick building, so I kind of assume it's a flat roof, but there doesn't seem to be any access.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if I see anything moving around up there.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty high up, so can't really get a good luck, but from what you could see on the edge, on the border, there's nothing up there.
As they move in, I'll actually step off the bus, but I'm staying behind. Mostly, of course, they don't know I'm there. I'm watching their back. Limping badly, but I'm watching their back.
Did you bring your cane?
Yeah, I'm leaning heavily on cane.
Okay.
But,
Is anyone going in after Morgan?
I'll
Or
go
yeah,
with Morgan.
Yeah, Rufus is gonna go. Before he goes in, he's gonna see the old man get off the bus and look up at the top of the roof, and he's gonna quickly check up there. He's like what is it? What do you see, man? What's up there? Did you see something?
no.
Seeing how I don't want to be left behind, I'm probably going to follow them, Morgan, Rufus, and T-Mac.
Alright, so you guys head in there. It's pretty dark. You have the door open, so you could kind of see the shapes of the stuff in there, but the natural lighting is soon there isn't going to be any more natural lighting.
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
so Morgan pulls out his little mini LED flashlight, kind of holding it in one hand, you know, shining it around as he looks.
T-Mac would kind of tap Morgan on the shoulder, and then he would kind of push, like he'd look over at Bobby to make sure Bobby can't quite see what he's doing, but he would kind of push his jacket in so that the outline of the hilt of a gun would show, and then he would kind of raise an eyebrow at Morgan, kind of shrug, as if he thinks this is a dangerous situation that might require further assistance.
Well, I'm going to search my Swiss Army knife, see if I have anything that would give off any light, see if I have a light in this thing at all.
No.
Rufus is just gonna walk over to the wall and turn on the lights.
Yeah. Rufus,
While you guys are all doing that.
Real quick, I just want to give you a heads up. My brother's on his way home, so it's likely going to get loud here in a bit, and I'll just turn off my mic. I will still be listening in. I just
Okay.
want to let you guys know.
Alright.
Yeah, Rufus actually wants to know for his own benefit too if the lights are actually working right now.
Yeah, you look around the doorway, like the obvious location. You find a light switch, flip it on, fluorescent lights flicker on,
Nice.
and the store's much is just how the last time you didn't see it, but the other guys will notice that it's just how it was when they were inside.
Morgan was just getting ready to respond when the lights suddenly flicker on, giving him a start as he quickly glances around and gives Rufus a familiar look of disappointment as he
I'll say what? I'm sure there'll be lots of times to
flashlight.
creep around in the dark later.
And slips it back in his pocket and then begins moving deeper into the store.
I mean,
When we get to the haunted house, you can use your flashlight and creep around in the dark.
Alright, so
is there any sign of burning?
you guys, I mean, you look around the aisles behind the counter, like, there doesn't seem to be, like, if you guys want to specifically look for stuff, you could roll notice, but at a quick glance, there's no sign of burning.
I would definitely like to roll notice.
Alright, give me your notice rolls.
It'd be 6 on the second dice, the d6.
The
Roll
wild
that
die?
again?
Yeah.
So it's the skill
9
die
total.
plus the wild die?
Yeah.
Okay.
9 total.
Two
So,
dice,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you have your skill die and your wild die. You roll
Okay, I
both
got
of them,
11.
and then you just take the best result. You have an 11.
A 6
Nice.
and a 5.
Oh, wait, those are the skill die and the wild die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Each number is separate, though.
yeah,
Oh, okay, so it's a
kind
6
of
then,
like,
you take the highest?
yeah, it's kind of like advantage in D&D. You take the best
Okay.
result.
Okay, 6.
Alright, so with a... Wait, did you get a 6 on the d6?
Yeah. My notice is a d6.
Yeah, so if you get the highest number on any die that you roll, you re-roll that and then add it on.
And I got a 1 on the reroll.
Okay.
Of course.
So,
Mine was 9.
so T-Mac is, checking out the... Let's say from where you enter, on the right side, there's the counter. And then he's kind of, browsing around where the guns are, just checking out the locks and such. And when he looks over at one of the far shelves against the
Sorry
wall,
about that.
you notice that the shelf is like askew. It's like it's a pretty long shelf, but off of the edge, it's maybe like 6 inches away from the wall. It's pretty weird.
Hmm.
I would call over to Morgan because he seems to be kind of the one that has a sense of what's going on in this kind of scenario. And I would, not very loud, just like, Morgan, and then just kind of give like the old eyeballs forward.
Before that, while everyone's doing a more in-depth search, Morgan is going to go behind the counter and look for the phone. And if you can find it, pick it up and see if it has a dial tone.
All right. So yeah, you look around the counter. Yeah, by the cash register, there's a phone there. Just like as you're reaching for it, kind of hear this noise from outside. Just go.
I'm definitely looking around after I hear that, because I'm still outside.
All right.
And you see Rufus whip around. He's like, wolves? Are you
Oh
kidding me?
god.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, as he's reaching for the phone, and
Oh yeah, you pick up
he's
the
just
phone.
picking it up when he hears that, and there's like a brief crackle, and the phone shorts out, and he like drops it. He steps back,
Actually,
looking out the door.
you pick up the phone, and it's dead. Like nothing, no dial tone, nothing. And that's
So when Morgan, tells everybody that the phone's dead, Rufus is going for the guns. Rufus is gonna get a gun. So I don't know which one he can choose from, but he's gonna take one of them.
okay. So
I'm probably going over with Rufus.
okay, so you
Because
guys
after hearing that, I don't trust anything.
head
Except
over.
the people I'm with.
Guys head over the counter, and you see kind of like these kind of like glass cases kind of surrounding all the hunting equipment, and you guys could, it has locks, you guys could just break the glass, but the guns also, they have a lock of their own. There's a kind of a metal cord just going through all the triggers of the rifles and the shotguns, and they're tied down. And there's a lock on the end of the wire.
I'll say, is there any wire cutters in this place? In this store somewhere?
I might have something in my Swiss Army knife. I might have some wire cutters. I gotta
This
look.
kid's useful too.
Wire
I
cutters.
like these new guys.
You look around, and there's actually a small hardware section in one of the aisles. So you go over there, you browse around, you see like little, you see a hammer, see like maybe a small axe. Like it's kind of not even. It's barely like good enough to cut like your freaking your fireplace wood. It's a small
Like a
axe.
little hatchet.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And
Is it good enough to unlock the guns?
you could give it a shot.
While
Okay,
these
so
guys
Bobby's
are
got it right
kind
now.
of sorting out the gun scenario, I'm still going to stay focused on the fact that this shelf has been moved. I'm going to move forward to investigate that.
Okay.
All right, probably about now. If I haven't seen anything, I'm going to walk towards the building, but I'm going to put my back facing inside. and just kind of look over my shoulder, see what they're doing, and then go back to looking up front. I'm not really going to say anything.
So you're at the door looking outside?
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I'm still outside. All they
Alright.
can see right now is my back. So
Okay.
I'm making sure that I can still front.
So you're keeping watch. Nothing interesting so far.
So far.
Rufus can go over there and make a strength check or to try to break that with that wire with an axe.
Like
Or
first,
just-
can he search around the counter area and see if there is a key, or like something that the staff in the store would use to actually unlock a gun?
You look around, don't find any keys.
Are the locks such that I can attempt to pick it?
Yeah. If you want to do that instead.
I figure I should try that first before we go around doing more damage.
Smashing stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna get on that lock picking. Well, Morgan kind of tries to move this shelf over. It's pretty heavy. You're kind of struggling. You might need some help.
Yeah, I mean Rufus will help. Or the shelf? No, he's still at the guns.
Well, they're right next to each other. The shelf that's crooked is like the closest shelf to the guns on the adjacent wall.
I
So
got
I see
a 6
Sorry.
on the wild die.
I see Morgan kind of picking that lock, and I look around and I see that there's only the kid and the paranoid guy. And so I kind of look over at the paranoid guy and I'm like, hey, you got enough muscle to give me a hand here or what?
And I see Morgan's still busy, and it's gonna take time for him to pick the lock. So I'm like, yeah, sure.
Alright.
I'm gonna go over to the hardware aisle, grab that hatchet real quick, and head back over.
Okay. Bobby has hatchet. So you guys kind of like drag this shelf over, and as you're doing it, you actually realize that this has been done before. You see like scratches on the it's like linoleum floor. You see that? But, yeah, it's been like scratched up, and when you move the shelf over, like maybe a couple feet, you peek over and you see that there's been the ground has been dug out. There's a man-sized hole just exiting the building.
Right. At this point, I would very, very clearly push my jacket back and I would pull out my gun.
Okay, you draw your
We're just
weapon.
gonna look at the gun, and he's gonna be like, yeah, I want one of those too.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere without a gun, guys. Like that.
And right on cue, Morgan clicks that lock open, kind of like pulls out this wire, and now you have access to 3 rifles and 2 shotguns.
I'm probably gonna get my hands on a shotgun.
Give the kid a shotgun.
Hey, believe me.
Pass it over to me.
So are we gonna say the rifle's the Winchester? So we're gonna.
I think this is going to be the same stats, but I'll just get it. I'll type the stats in chat just to so we could all refer back to that.
Alright.
So looking at the guns and the number of them and kind of the makeup of our group here, I would actually motion to the kid and be like, yeah, I don't know if the kid can hit anything far away, so give him the shotgun.
Yeah, I'll take the shotgun too. Rufus is not a marksman, so.
Yeah,
Shotgun's
obviously
fine.
paranoid and fidgety. I'd say that's his best bet.
Yeah.
I would call out to the guy at the door too, and be like, hey, you know how to use one of these?
Morgan will grab one of the rifles and hide all the shotgun ammo before Rufus can find it.
It's actually a lot of shotgun ammo.
Dude, come on.
A lot of rifle
Alright.
ammo, a lot of shotgun ammo. If you want to like try to fill up your backpack, it's just going to be overflowing.
Yeah, I mean, like Rufus is
I'm
just
gonna,
gonna start scooping up shotgun shells.
Well,
I'm gonna try and
yeah,
get.
at this
I'm gonna try.
point, as far as Morgan's concerned, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, it can't get any worse. He's already broken and entered,
Yeah.
and so yeah, uh, I don't know what everybody else has to carry, but yeah, he'll just throw as much ammo as he can to his backpack in case they need it, as well as
Well,
grab
Right.
one of the
It
rifles.
kind of
I'm gonna
just
grab. I'm gonna grab as many shells as I can. That seems decent, but not absurd like Rufus over here.
I'm just filling my pockets.
well.
You guys really think it's wise having those two kids with shotguns? They're gonna blow somebody's foot off.
Well, if you, I mean, you have a backpack on you, Bobby, and if you like, you have like maybe 20 shells per box. You could
All right.
throw as many boxes as you want in there.
I'll probably go with like 3 boxes because I know I'm
Yeah.
probably not good, but I know I'm probably not going to be aiming for any one of us.
Hmm.
Accidents.
And there's probably like 5 more boxes available for whoever else has a shotgun.
So as everybody's doing that, I would definitely grab 2 of the rifles, probably like 4 or 5 boxes of shells, and I would slide over to the door and make sure that Chris has a weapon as well now.
Oh yeah, I take it, check it, make sure it's cleared, slap it back, and hold my hand out like I'm asking for ammunition.
Yeah, I would see that and definitely put the ammo in his hands, and I'd give definitely a nice solid nod, like I feel confident now that there's at least somebody else here that knows how to handle themselves. And then I would move back towards the hole in the floor.
I make sure I've got single round. Is this a breech load or is it a magazine?
The rifle
Yeah.
is you like the boxes of ammo are just like they're just boxes with a bunch of bullets in there, and then you also near that find a bunch of clips that are 6-round clips or magazines.
Okay, so it's not breech load. Okay. I get them. I just kind of ask back into the store, see if you guys can find any extra magazines back there.
Alright. I'll go over and get him a few extra magazines for him.
Alright. And I'll kind of prop myself up against the door with my cane resting as well, and I'll just start preloading the clips or magazines. Did I say it? No, I say it. Load up the magazines and just kind of put them evenly between my pockets. And I'll throw the cane over my shoulder and hold on to the barrel of the rifle and kind of use that as a cane.
I'm going to quickly ask Chris about the shotgun I have, just to sort of see if there's anything that he can sort of tell me really quickly before we investigate this thing.
A little bit of coaching.
Yeah, you see this part right here? That's the safety. I would suggest you leave that on.
Alright.
Unless you're used to shooting a shotgun, you're probably going to end up shooting somebody else.
When Morgan gets his rifle, he looks it over, he verifies that it's unloaded, points it to the wall away from everybody, and just gives a dry test fire to make sure everything seems to be functioning properly. And assuming that goes well, then he'll slide the magazine in and put the safety on.
Rufus will he'll get his shotgun. He'll with surprising familiarity that you weren't expecting, he'll actually load the shotgun expertly, pump it, and be ready to go. He's as a paranoid person, he spent a lot of time in the firing range.
Alright, seeing that has probably freaked me out a bit. Seeing that the paranoid guy can load a shotgun properly and do that has kind of freaked me out a bit. But I don't really trust him with a weapon.
Narratively as well, T-Mac would definitely grab another box or 2 of shells for his 38 as well. On the way back.
Alright, I mean, I guess you guys I've already crossed the line. You guys want to loot anything else while you're here?
No, I think the Swiss Army knife, the hatchet, and the shotgun will be enough for me. I don't need this runaway looking anymore like. Yeah.
T-Mac will shrug and
Probably,
check the register.
probably something unsettling about it.
You check the register, and are you willing to use force?
You're robbing the register.
I'm checking the register.
It's
Checking if there's cash in
He's investigating the
Yeah, I'm
counter.
investigating the counter.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it's locked. It's like it's not even like bolted down. Like it's pretty heavy register. Like it's like 40 pounds or something. But like this obviously isn't secure.
All
So
right.
so when Bobby's looking at Rufus is gonna say to him like, "What, man? Like you're worried about me, but there's this other guy here. He's already had a gun on him, and now he's trying to break into the register. But you're worried about me."
Cause he's got good intentions, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm more concerned about the paranoid, fidgety guy that I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
T-Mac will raise an eyebrow at this, and you can see the kind of wheels spinning a little bit behind his eyes, and he puts up a little kind of smirk on the one side and say, "Well, we've got guns, so we may need money if something comes to it." And he'll sweep the register off the counter onto the floor.
Nice. Yeah, it gets a good it gets a good ding on the tray set corner of the register, and it just pops open. A bunch of money falls out. Like that's not like maybe all added up. All the bills added up like $120.
All right, I'll take like 5.
And I'm like, hey, we're just looking for the key here. And I'll kind of like pick up the bills and like I'm moving them out of the way. Let's see. No. I guess we had to pick that lock. There was no key in here. And then I'll kind of just put the money in my pocket.
So Rufus will look at the kid and intentionally walk past the money and not take any of it. See?
Right, so I'm thinking Chris is still by the door, and at this time you hear another. Chris,
How
like-
far does it sound? I mean,
yeah, like Chris actually he's ready for it this time. He immediately turns around and kind of sees it's off from the other side of the road, and it's definitely close by.
and what shape? I mean, it's on 4 legs?
There's, I mean, the parking lot, and then the road past that. It's like 100 feet. Then you have some trees and some bushes, and
Well,
you
what
kind
I'm
of
asking is,
tell the direction, but you don't see anything yet. It's dark.
All right, but it definitely sounds like it's getting closer.
Don't listen to the paranoid guy. Everything's gonna be fine, guys.
Morgan is going to look to see if there's any flashlights. And so he's going to grab one of some batteries and look for some duct tape as well.
Yeah. Couple flashlights, batteries, plenty of batteries, and duct tape as well.
That's a good idea.
Always gotta have
So
the
grab
duct
that
tape.
tip.
T-Mac will clear his throat and kind of, after the sound of this, howl and be like, "Well, gentlemen, it looks like we've got 2 options going on here. We've got something out there, and we've got something in here." And he'll point back to that hole and be like,
All right.
"I think we should close ourselves off from one of these 2. And he'll look over at Morgan and be like, just kind of shrug and be like, "We got to take one way or the other."
Well, I'm grabbing a flashlight and heading with T-Mac.
Rufus is gonna grab a flashlight. He's gonna stick close to Morgan.
Morgan hasn't had a chance to look, so he's going to go look back where they moved the shelf into that area to see what it looks like.
To the shelf. Okay, so You're heading over there real quickly. Who has what guns?
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Okay, so Rufus has shoddy. Uh,
I have a rifle.
Bobby has a shotgun.
Yep.
Everyone else has a rifle.
Do the rifles have slings, or do they have
Yeah.
slings available?
All the guns have slings.
All right, good.
So after he duct tapes the flashlight to the gun, he's going to sling it over his shoulder, and then go and look in the room.
Okay, so you're checking out the. You guys are checking out the hole?
Yeah.
Alright, so you see the hole. It's, I mean, it's pretty. Definitely big enough for someone to climb through, but you tell there's not much digging beyond that. Like, and you feel the breeze coming through. It's like, basically, if you guys peek in there, you could tell that it's just a hole directly to the other side.
Rufus is gonna turn to Morgan, and he's like, "You're not thinking of going in there, are you? Like, come on, we got enough problems out here. We don't need to crawl into some dark hole just to see what happens."
Morgan will get down and just kind of take out his mini flashlight and just see if he can see it if it comes out to the other side, if it goes to the outside, or if it leads to another building. Or
Okay. You
If I
bravely
hear,
poke your head around with your flashlight, and yeah, as you put your head in there, yeah, you could definitely see. You could actually just with your arm reach out to the outside of the wall. Like this hole is just like less than 5 feet long. It's just from one side of the wall to the other. That's it.
while he does get that urge, he has seen way too many movies to stick his arm in there. So he'll stand up and kind of brush himself off and say, yeah, it just leads to the outside.
So basically, we only have one thing to worry about: the wolf.
T-Mac looks over at Bobby and says, there may be only one thing to worry about, but there are now two ways for it to get in. So I suggest that we maybe cover this with something a little bit heavier than that shelf if we're thinking about taking care of this wolf problem.
If you guys want to seal it, the shelf is plenty heavy. I mean, one of you could probably push it close with some effort, but like if once it's up there, yeah, it's not gonna. It's gonna take some monstrous strength to like knock it over.
All right,
Well,
I'm gonna
Rufus
move
will
the
say,
shelf
that
back.
sounds good to me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the shelf back and then look over at Bobby and say, "Hey, Bobby, why don't you go grab a bunch of those big bottles of water and just fill the shelf with them?"
All right. So I'm basically just like grabbing bottles off the shelves and sort of just stockpiling it up.
So we got Bobby and Mac dealing with
can
the
I make
shelf.
a quick
What about the other
suggestion,
guys?
guys? Because that's going to take forever. Why don't you just get another shelf, push it in front of that one, and for God's sakes, don't turn on your flashlights again. All you're doing is letting know whatever's out there that we are in. Jesus Christ.
Rufus just raises his finger and points at the fluorescent lights that are on overhead. And so I think they know we're here already.
Okay, yeah, those are on, but flashlights are like freaking strobe lights, okay? They're not going to be able to see us in here, but if you got a flashlight pointing around outside, it's like hanging a freaking sign around your neck saying, "Come eat me."
Morgan just kind of ignores that as he nods over to Rufus.
There's
Well, it seems
also
like
a street light on outside, over the parking lot. Just saying.
It's flickering.
There's more than enough light for us to see. We don't need any freaking flashlights, just telling people exactly where we are in the store.
Well, unfortunately, the lights inside in the street light weren't doing much in that hole. But Rufus, maybe you should get the camera out and get some footage.
Yep, definitely.
Camera.
We don't want to miss this.
Camera.
Yeah, we've got a paranormal investigation blog and this
Block.
is this could be our new video upload for next week.
You're shitting me.
T-Mac
No,
looks a little bit
and
concerned.
I'll reach out. I'll reach out my jacket and I'll pull out a business card that says PHI Paranormal Hunters Inc. and I'll give everybody a business card.
I'm like,
I don't think it.
Okay.
I'm just looking at it like, you're fucking nuts. it's
We're
fucking
invested.
pack out there. I
You would
live
see-
Somebody has to do this, man.
If you had
The
seen the
truth is out
things we
there.
had seen,
You watch way too much TV. Way too much TV.
Be like, dude, check out the website.
TV? We've lived
Check
this,
out our
man.
YouTube channel. And
Yeah,
you'll see
check-
exactly what we've been through.
We've got millions of views. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We've been through this. We've lived this.
It's not our first rodeo.
Haven't been distracted by the
Alright.
conversation. As soon as that happens, Morgan kind of starts
Yeah,
again,
I
which
mean, yeah, sure.
all right.
So Rufus takes out his video camera and he turns on the night vision filter, and he moves towards the glass, not the door, and he'll start filming outside. And actually, Morgan can see this because he knows Rufus pretty well. But actually, Rufus is becoming more calm now that shit's getting weird. Rufus is actually starting to relax, and he feels more in his element now, and he's less jittery than he was before.
All right. Seeing this, I'm probably just going to just relax a bit about the part paranoid fidgety guy acting pretty normal now.
This
Because
is
like
what he's
I've seen some weird stuff so far today, and this probably is just like the tip of the iceberg. Like right now, I probably should be considering this being a normal thing now.
Alright, so
Mac would
So
definitely
Rufus is
make his
filming.
way over to Rufus, and as he would just kind of slide up beside him and very quietly say, "Keep me off of that video."
Just setting you up.
yeah.
You should stay behind me then.
oh, we can blur them out and edit.
Yeah, we'll make a mosaic. Don't worry. We have to get you guys to sign the agreements first before we can put you on the footage.
Can you guys see me draw on this screen?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Are you sharing?
Yeah, I'm using the draw thing. I guess I
I
could.
see your video feed right now, but not anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I need the. Alright, I could draw in paint if you guys need me to clarify anything. But yeah, so are you pointing the video camera out the door or out the window?
Out the window. I'm not near the door.
Okay.
Because, you know, the guy right next to you.
Yeah.
So you're kind of pointing out the window
Filming into the darkness.
and kind of trying to zoom in across the street at the bushes, and you definitely see movement. You see something move.
Well,
Do I
How
see
far
that?
away is the bus?
It's like an animal or animal size at least, or just a moving shadow.
You see bushes rustling, kind of moving around. You could kind of see some movement. Yeah, it's definitely like an animal or something, but you can't see any detail from this far away.
So I'll turn to Morgan and I'll say, it's out there. It's
Can
in
you
the
tell what it
bushes.
is? You get it
Just-
on camera?
Will do. So I'll zoom in on the bushes.
Okay. Or
If I see movement, the rifle's coming up, and the next moment I see movement in that direction, I'm taking a shot. Because I'm figuring it's just a wolf or coyote or something like that. They hear the gunshot, they're gone.
okay, so you ready your weapon and you're pointing over there across the street. Okay. Alright. Screen sharing paint.
My camera has night vision too, so if there's any visible detail, I'll be able to see it through the camera.
There you guys are in the building. You got your parking lot. Street. And then the bus is just parked over on this side. We got well, Chris at the doorway, aiming his gun out to the across the street, and Rufus at the window, pointing out, looking through his night vision.
What area is it that the movement's at?
It's directly across the street, somewhere here. Anyone else doing anything?
What would be the distance from the door to the bus?
Not much, like 20 feet. Or the door is on this other side, so I guess like maybe 25 to 30 feet to get inside.
We need to get to that bus, Rufus. You can get a lot closer and film from in there.
Yeah.
I'm sort of wincing at the sound of that. I'm just like. Then again, I'm like.
I just even more than like if we're talking about werewolves here or something like that, you know, because Rufus always thinks like the most paranormal extreme situation. So he's like, if we're talking wolves, I'm sure it's not just wolves. It's gonna be like werewolves or something like that, and they're just gonna rip through that bus like it's nothing.
If it's werewolves, I'm staying inside the building.
Yeah,
I mean, we got glass in front of us right now. That's not gonna help either.
Yeah, at least if we get to that bus, we can get some footage. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a werewolf, we can't post it.
Where do you think you are? 14th century France? Seriously? God.
Okay,
So Rufus will turn to the old man and he'll say, "Why don't you go across the street and flush it out?"
Hold on here. He's not an old man. He's maybe in his 30s. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, that might be old to some people, but I'm 41. And
So Rufus will say, "Why don't you go across the street and flush it out? If it's nothing, it's just a wolf or a dog."
Do you want me to just stand here and cover you guys, or do you want me to look over there and not be able to take a shot?
Yeah, that one.
So as you guys are
Second
discussing this, yeah, something comes out of the bushes, and it's not moving slowly. It's definitely making a beeline towards you guys, and it's like already getting to the road.
I'm pulling my trigger.
Something
I
else
can
is
see it
also
through the
coming
night
out of the
vision.
bush.
So, what does it look like exactly? Because I can see it through the night vision, so I can see its detail.
It seems Wolf seems like a good guess.
Normal size wolf? Nothing special about it? Just a regular wolf?
He's like he's maybe like a medium-sized wolf. It's not like particularly. It's not tall or anything, but it's bulky. And yeah, it's definitely like looks like heavy for its height. And
Okay, so
I guess
I'll let
RH
Morgan know.
is gonna take a shot, or not RH, Chris.
Yeah, as soon as I see it moving towards us, I take my shot. You know, I mean, you don't wait for a target to get closer to you to get past you. So I am taking the shot.
Immediately.
I rolled a 5 on both skill and wild die, so I got a 5 on skill and wild die.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll, yeah, you hit him, and roll your damage. It should be 2d8 plus your wild die.
Oh, plus wild die.
Hmm?
I forgot that you used it on the damage rolls as well.
Rufus is just filming this.
Did you get some good footage? What does it look like?
Yeah, it looks like a big wolf. And
Like a werewolf?
No, like a normal wolf.
Yeah.
I
Normal
rolled,
wolf, but
uh,
slightly
I
bulked
rolled,
up.
I rolled 9 on my damage dice. Wild guy got a 1.
Okay. Uh, 9 on your damage. So yeah, as this thing is like stepping onto the road, and it like at this point, yeah, you just take your shot and it's bleeding on the ground, and you just kind of hit it. It falls over, and it's bleeding.
Take
But
another shot.
well, well, you'll be ready in a bit.
I'm just saying, I'm not waiting for anybody else to do anything else. I'm going to clear the round, chamber the next one, and pull the trigger.
All right.
Rufus turns to T-Mac and says, I think he's the crazy one.
Standard military. You always take 2 shots.
All right.
Well.
Yeah. Like actually, you in Savage World, it's kind of like you could do double taps and 3-round bursts, and they'll just add a plus like 1 or plus 2 bonus to your chance to hit and your damage. But it just like mechanically, it's just like one shot, one hit.
No, I'm not picking mechanics here. I'm just describing what my character's doing.
All right.
You know, I'm definitely double tapping, but I mean, I understand the way the mechanics work. So.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you take the wolf, and Bobby's the first to react.
Well, seeing that, I'm probably somewhat on edge, but not as much, considering I've seen 2 paranormal hunters, 1 take out a camera, and 1 just like... I'm just at a loss for words for what I'm seeing here. But somewhat relieved
Professionalism
that
is the word
even
you're looking for.
Yes, but at the same time, I'm actually quite relieved that at least the paranoid one has some kind of humor. That's like a good sign for me in a person. If they have a good sense of humor, at least I know that I can trust them somewhat.
There's a shred of sanity there.
Yeah, some sanity there.
All right. You're like behind Chris.
I'm
So
like directly behind him, on the other side of the glass, basically.
okay. Are you just gonna stay inside the store?
Yeah, I'm staying inside with T-Mac and Rufus, and whoever else is in there. I think.
All right. And you could go on hold and then just wait to see what everyone else does, and then just drop yourself like next in line in initiative if you want.
I'm probably gonna search around, see if there's any grab any grab like 2 or 3 bottles of water and some snacks.
Okay, so you're gonna go loot.
Mhm.
All right, so that was Ace, Bobby. Next is T-Mac.
All right. T-Mac seeing the wolf down, he would kind of step up beside Chris and say, basically, give him a nice like kind of tap on the shoulder, but also kind of looking to move him like a half step out of the way, and he would raise his rifle and look to finish it off.
Now, I look to my side, and as soon as a rifle comes up next to me, I'm batting it down. I'm like, "What, you guys are truly nuts. You're gonna make me go deaf? Knock out some glass and take a shot that way. I don't think it's getting up."
T-Mac shrugs and he's like,
Sure, you could sidestep some and take your shot.
nice. So then T-Mac kind of like looks at the guy and he's just kind of like, well, that's what he wants to do. And then he's gonna kind of give a little wink over to Rufus, and he'll smash out one of the window panes. with the butt of his rifle,
Alright,
looking for
cool.
the shot.
You're gonna smash that and take your shot. You could see. So yeah, you kind of you see the one wolf on the edge of the road that's been shot, and he's kind of he just dropped down, and then there's another wolf like further back. Kind of hard to see, but you definitely could tell there's something there in the bushes.
All right, I'm gonna finish off the downed one, if possible.
The one on the street?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna take a shot at him. Go ahead and roll your you can die in your wild die.
I missed horribly.
Yeah.
So T-Mac raises the rifle through the thing, and he kind of squints down the barrel, and he kind of blasts it off, and it's like, ooh. Warning shot.
Yeah.
You know, keeping him at bay.
Alright, yeah,
I've been able to shoot from the goddamn doorway.
and then after T-Mac is Morgan.
Okay, Morgan, being cautious in this situation, is not in a rush to act. He's going to kind of take a step back from the others while he's formulating a plan, and is just going to watch them and observe the behavior of these wolves that seem to be approaching the store.
Okay, so you're gonna go on hold. Which okay, so Rufus is at one window, and T-Mac is at the other window. So
And that happened.
And the wolves went home. You're muted, Ryan.
We kill them all and go home safely.
Yeah.
I got driving skill. I'll take the bus. Let's go.
Then we find the chewed up, mutilated, wolf-eaten corpse of Bernie, and we just find his keys for the bus on his body.
Yeah.
Take the bus and our new shiny guns, and we just drive on to the next town.
I'm pretty sure he'll be back.
Become
in a
modern
few
day.
seconds.
We'll be modern day murder hobos.
Yeah. It's usually the player that drops out rather than the GM, eh?
This is, I think, a first for me, seeing the GM get disconnected.
Well, the funny thing is, the video's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll cut out in about, I think it's 10 minutes. If he doesn't come
That
back in
is.
10 minutes, then the broadcast will drop. Yeah, I've heard that happens.
It's an interesting system so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
Well,
makes
never
it fun.
Never used that.
Okay, he's back.
Ah, the wolves are back. I thought the wolves went away, but the wolves are back.
so okay, so Chris is at the doorway, facing outward. T-Mac is at the left window, and Rufus is at the right window. So where do you want to position yourself while you're waiting to see what happens?
I'm just going to take a step back, I guess be behind Rufus, and so I can have some vantage point out the window and just observe the behavior of the wolves to see, what they do, how many there is, if they behave strangely, that kind of thing. Well, I'm
Okay.
considering what my options are, formulating a plan of how to deal with it.
Okay, so Rufus is still filming.
Yeah, I mean, like Rufus sees Morgan come up behind him, and his camera has one of those view attachments where Morgan could see the video feed at the same time that Rufus is filming, and he'll say, "Okay, let's see what we got here," and he'll zoom in on the wolf that they killed, and he'll just get some footage of that up close, and then he'll zoom off to the bushes and try to get some footage of the wolf that's still in the bushes, and he'll just keep filming the scene.
Okay, so the wolf. Well, as you zoom into the wolf, that's kind of like just barely got into the street, and you could kind of see some of the light off of the street lamp. It makes it a lot easier to see on the camera, so you can see detail now. And it's looks more like a dog, and it was shot. It apparently it was shot in like the chest, like in the front, like maybe in the shoulder area, but it looks like it's been in a dogfight or something. It's all ripped up, and this was not the cause of the bullet, and it still appears to be moving. And then as you pan over to the one in the back, he seems not to be phased, and he's still heading towards you guys. Chris is next.
I think
Chris
Chris is
Chris
on the phone.
Phone.
He's
All right.
calling his army buddies, calling in reinforcements.
Yeah.
Valerie.
I would guess that he shoots.
He's calling in an airstrike.
So I'll just put him on hold real quick, and Rufus, you could take your turn.
I think that was my turn, the filming.
Oh, you're just filming? That's the action? Okay.
Well, I mean, like,
was-
that's what Rufus would do. He's trying to get footage right now of this phenomenon, and until the phenomenon has stopped or been contained, he's going to keep filming it.
Okay.
He doesn't
So-
need to shoot anything. There's lots of people shooting already, so he doesn't need to shoot anything.
Alright, so I guess that means we're coming back to Morgan to see what you've just opted to do after kind of like checking out this footage on the camera and like having a better idea of what's going on. Morgan, muted?
He's muted, Dennis.
Yeah, so, again, being that there doesn't seem to be anything new, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Obviously, we've got plenty of guns out front, and I don't.
We have 2 guns pointing out.
So,
We have 5 people and 2 people aiming guns.
right. But as I understand it, there's only 2 wolves right now, and one of them's down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's down but moving.
So yeah, unless more appear or the other ones start exhibiting behavior that's way outside the norm, Morgan's just gonna observe.
Okay. Alright, so
We're investigative journalists, so
what happens? Hold on. Where did I put? Oh, there it is. Let me look up the wolves. Okay, so this wolf in the front was shot, and he is trying to get back up. So
he shot twice, right?
what's that?
He was shot twice, right? Once by Chris and once by T-Mac?
T-Mac
No,
didn't hit him.
T-Mac
okay.
with.
Way
okay,
off.
so. Yeah, the dog seems to have like he got shot. He got like his leg kicked from underneath him, and it seems to be like his leg is not really that functional. He's kind of just using it like as a stilt now, but he doesn't care. He's just walking towards you guys, and he's been slowed down, so he can't quite reach you guys. But he's like crossing the street, and in the meantime, the wolf behind him catches up, and a third wolf is coming out of the bushes. And the other two, the two that are fine, they're hauling ass. They're running quick. And Chris isn't back, so he's still on hold.
No, I'm back.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Sorry about that. I keep getting phone calls.
Oh, that's cool. So it's your turn.
All right.
Uh, a third wolf showed up.
I heard that. But the second one, that's closing distance and it's still running, that's the one I'm taking down.
Okay. So you're shooting at the second one, and
Yeah.
it is
The first one's
basically
not
where the first one was previously.
right. The first one's not getting here anytime soon, so.
Yeah.
And I did not roll so good. I got a 3 on the skill, 1 on the wild die.
All right. They take a shot and miss. Um. Anything else? Any free actions?
No, just flaring, loading up another shot, and leveling the rifle out, getting ready to take another shot. I guess you could say I'm aiming, but
Okay. We're going for initiative again. Got Team X, 5 of clubs. Chris is a queen of spades. Rufus is a 2 of clubs. Morgan, 4 of diamonds. And Bobby, ace of hearts. So Bobby goes first.
Alright, since I've been looting, I'm probably gonna head up behind Morgan and Rufus to get a better look of what's going on.
Okay. Morgan and Rufus are, over on this side. You see the 3 wolves on the camera. You could, you got an idea of what's going on, or as much as anyone else does. And you could decide where, or you could still do stuff.
Alright, so I'm gonna get a better look at the general store, see if maybe there's any back entrances that, see if there's anything, like, anything else, like anything out of the ordinary about the store.
Out of the ordinary? Not really. As far as like, somewhere to hide away, there's a bathroom in the back corner that you guys already checked. But nothing interesting in there.
No, like medicine cabinet or anything like that?
Medicine? Sure, there's some first aid, some regular first aid stuff.
Alright,
Bandages, alcohol.
Alright, I'm gonna put that in my backpack in case anyone needs it. So I can just hand it to them.
Alright, cool. Following that, the wolves proceed. So, Limping Wolf doesn't quite get to the door. Sprinting Wolves do a much better job. You got one in the street, and then the other one is gonna try to attempt to jump on Chris.
yeah, this is basically me following him down with the rifle. I mean, I know I didn't shoot before, but maybe he'll leap and swallow the muzzle.
Alright, so he's gonna lunge at you. His fighting versus your parry. Alright. Does a 7 hit you?
Yeah, I've only got a 5.
Alright, so he's gonna do his damage. And this is gonna be against your toughness, or... So he's gonna get a 10 against you. Your toughness 6.
Yes.
So you're actually going to be shaken and wounded if you don't soak. any event. Oh, you guys all have 3 bennies. Are you familiar with bennies? Are you guys familiar with bennies? Or anyone not familiar with bennies?
We can use them for rerolls, right?
Yeah. You could use them for rerolls. You could use them to soak damage. So that'll be a vigor roll. And every, your target number 4 and every raise above that, it'll remove your wounds and shaken. And then the third use is if you fail to recover from being shaken, you could just spend a Benny and get your turn. It'll remove shaken.
Okay, well, I'm willing to soak, definitely. I mean,
Alright, so, yeah, do a vigor roll. And every success and raise, you'll remove wound and shaken.
and also I ignore 1 point of wound penalties, but I'm going to have to make a smarts roll, or I'm going to go berserk.
Okay.
Does this get the wild die too? I can't remember.
Yeah. I think...
So, I got an 8 on vigor, 5 on wild die.
Was that 8 on a D8? Oh yeah, that's already, yeah, you soak up everything. This wolf lunges on top of you, knocks you over, tries to rip your throat, but you, like, toss him off of you, kind of, like, take his momentum and just keep him, like, push him over your body.
Right. Well, now I got to make my smarts roll.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, wait, no, let me see. I need to... No, it's only after being wounded, so I'm okay for that.
I'll accept it. It's kind of like you're hulking out. You've kind of, like, this wolf definitely just, like, knocked you on your ass and is trying to rip your throat out. I think that qualifies as you, like, you're tapping into your berserk power.
Okay, well, I do not make the smarts check, so I just became a little bit more badass.
Nice.
Yeah, alright. So you're going berserk.
Yep.
One man's badass, another man's berserk.
Alright, so then the wolf is now on the other side of you. You're very angry, and these wolves, yeah, this is the distance of the other wolves in the screen share.
Well, I am officially dropping the rifle.
Okay. Oh wait, actually, say this wolf's closer. Alright, so next is those wolves. Next is you, Chris. It is your turn, Chris.
Oh. Okay. Well, like I said, I dropped the rifle. I'm going to unhitch the cane, and I'm going to slice this motherfucker in half with my sword.
Nice.
Okay. So.
Sweet.
Yeah, I had a sword cane.
Yep.
And
So,
Rufus is like, see, I told you he was the crazy one. He's got a fucking sword cane.
military. Military. I'm not crazy. I'm functional. You guys are the ones that are nuts.
Actually, I believe you said you went berserk.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
but it's not like it's not like I'm losing the presence of mind. I'm going to hurt you guys.
Well,
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so.
So I get a +2. Yeah.
+2 to.
I get +2 on my fighting, so that's a 7 total, and then wild die was a 3.
That does not get the hound.
Does it hit it?
It does not hit. You slash at him, at the hound, and he like backs off. He for some reason kind of foresees it, like it didn't take him off guard. He backs off, and you could proceed to do something. You're still on the ground right now.
Oh yeah, I understand that. No, I'll stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll basically, dig the sword in and use the cane part and just kind of push myself up like I'm doing a pull up or a push up, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Will that be all for your turn?
That's it. I can't do anything else.
Okay. Oh yeah. In case you guys don't know, you can declare to do multiple actions on your turns, and it will continue to give you negative modifiers. -2 modifier for all your rolls. You just have to declare all your actions before you roll any of them. So you guys could only like fight once per turn and shoot once per turn. But if you guys want to, you could fight. That'll be a -2. Shoot -4, and dash as well. That'll be -6. And then you could do all three of those rolls with -6 modifiers. Who's next? That was Chris. Next is T-Mac.
All right, I'm gonna shoot at the one that's still running towards us, so still out the window.
Okay. So.
I got a 4 in the wild.
Okay, so there's 2 wolves on the parking lot. Are you shooting the near one?
The uninjured one.
The uninjured. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, that'll be a hit. That's with a regular rifle? Yeah.
Yep. Damage is 2d8. Highest one was the 4 on the wild dice.
So you're rolling 2d8?
Yeah.
So you're rolling those 2 dice plus your wild die?
Yeah.
And then you drop your lowest die.
Okay, so then
And
6.
you calculate the... Okay, so it's 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, damn. You shoot it with the rifle, and it kind of passes through it, he's like steps back a little bit, but like the bullet, I don't know, it didn't hit much flesh or something. He like the wolf is he's like not even phased by it.
Son of a bitch. I would turn to the others and just be like, little help now, little help now.
Next, if you don't want to do anything else, next will be Morgan.
The wolf that's inside, where is that in relation to where I'm at? Do I have a clear view?
Yes, you do. It is about 8 feet away from you. You're at the window behind Rufus, and it is by the door.
Okay, I'll step. Having been just watching and waiting, and my rifle still slung at my shoulder, as the wolf jumps in and rustles around with Mr. Bigot, Morgan will take a step back away from the door and from Rufus, kind of creating some space, and then he's just going to reach out a hand instinctively, and arc of electricity is going to zap out towards the wolf.
Alright. Uh, electric bolt. So I believe that'll be your Arcana magic die and your wild die, as though you were making shooting. So roll those, and target number is 4.
Okay, the second number will be wild die. So a 2.
2 is your highest.
Yeah. Now, can I go use a Benny to re-roll that?
Yeah.
So a 5 on the wild die.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a hit.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, and I'm using the. It's a single bolt, but I'm spending the extra point for the
Okay.
extra d6.
So that's going to be 3d6.
Right, and then my wild die.
Yeah. And then take the 3 highest, or just drop the lowest die.
So that'll be 10.
10 is a success. He is going to electrocute this dog viciously, and he's going to have to make a vigor roll to kind of hold his bearings while he's being electrocuted. Alright. Okay. So he makes his vigor roll. He doesn't get any additional effects from that. But he is shaken. Oh, you got 10? Yeah, he's shaken. Next, if you don't want to do anything else, next is Rufus.
So Rufus is super happy right now. He's loving this situation. He's really busy. He's trying to film everything, and he's muttering to himself the whole time. And anybody who's immediately nearby him, they can hear what he's saying, and he's actually narrating what he's going to write on the blog for each thing that he's filming. And when he films Chris fighting the wolf, he's like, you know, enraged war vet stabs wild dog with concealed cane sword. Awesome. And then he goes to T-Mac shooting out the window. And he's like, mysterious gambler shoots a zombie dog. Zombie keeps advancing. Awesome. And then he goes to Morgan, and blasting the lightning to the dog that's the wolf that's inside. And he's like, heroic investigator uses superhuman cosmic powers to lightning blast the wolf. Excellent. He's just like muttering this while he's filming everything, and that's what he's gonna keep doing.
Nice. Have a Benny.
Yeah, nice.
That was beautiful.
I just feel like that's what he'd be doing and loving it.
Yeah, this. Oh man, RH. RH is everyone's favorite. Alright, so here we go again. T-Mac 9. Chris 8. Rufus will be 8. Rufus is gonna go before Chris. Morgan 7. Bobby 3. So T-Mac goes first.
T-Mac is definitely going to keep firing at the wolf that he had put the shot through last time. You can see that a glint comes to his eyes, and he's like, "You're coming up pips this time."
Which one are you shooting for?
The one which was he shot the bullet through last time, which would have been the furthest one away.
Okay, so this one's shaken, and take another shot. Go for it. No penalties.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Yep, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, nice. 15.
15, he's dead, dead, dead. Headshot.
Nice.
You just see a puff of, it looks like dust, just a puff of matter comes out like just like dirt chunks, and then the dog just drops down.
T-Mac kind of chuckles and says, "You gonna bark all day, little doggy? You gonna bite?"
Nice. Oh, I love one-liners. Have a Benny too. After T-Mac is Rufus.
So Rufus is still filming. He sees he films T-Mac's kill with the one wolf outside, and he's like, "Oh, gambler produces red mist. Zombie is down." And then he pans the camera over to Bobby, and he's like, "Runaway kid loots store, searching for medicine." Does nothing, and then goes back to filming the rest of the events.
Yeah, Bobby's somewhere up here. Alright. Alright, so
Give
after...
a thumbs up to Morgan, or to T-Mac. He's like, "Oh, that was awesome, man. We're totally going to upload that."
Alright, so next is Chris. You there? Eric?
I think you're muted, Chris. Or Eric.
Yeah, everyone's muted.
Swing the sword again.
Alright.
Sorry. I'm back.
I got a 6 on the skill, 3 on wild. So actually, that 6 is an 8.
Okay, was that fighting or shooting?
That was fighting.
Okay. So you lunge at this wolf and you stick him. Roll your damage.
Make sure I get the right damage here. That would be 8 damage.
Yeah. Are you gonna stab him or slash him? What are you aiming for?
No, I'm literally skewering.
Alright, yeah. You stab him like he's a shish kebab. And the sword is stuck inside of him. And, this doesn't seem to have stopped him, though. He's,
Okay. With my other hand, I reach back and pull out my Glock.
You have a Glock?
Yeah, it's starting with equipment money. I have no money in my pockets, but I have a
Pretty good
Glock.
starting equipment.
Alright. Alright, you take that out, and who's next? Morgan.
Okay, so having released a bolt and seeing that Mr. Bigot's still in a scuffle with the wolf, he's gonna run forward, lightly touch his hand on his back, and he'll suddenly start to feel the hair rise along the back of his arms and neck, and his hair kind of poofing up as a thin film of electricity crackles around him as Morgan puts the armor effect on him.
On who?
himself
Uh,
or Chris?
No, on Humphrey, yeah. That's fighting with the wolf.
No, that's Chris.
Oh, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's Humphrey this time,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Got you. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, on Chris. And
Alright.
once he releases that, then he's going to quickly move back, trying to unsling the rifle.
Okay. Do you want to describe what the armor spell looks like?
Yeah, basically it's just going to be a faint shimmer of sparks that's going to outline him. It won't constantly be visible, kind of like pulse and part spark, but he'll feel, as if he's like, you touch those little globes that kind of arc, and it'll cause your hair to kind of rise up. It'll look like that.
Cool. Alright. And then you back up, and then it's on Bobby.
Alright, so I basically just saw Chris skewer a wolf who still is coming, who still hasn't died yet.
Yep.
And I just saw Morgan just cast some sort of electric armor onto himself. At this point, I'm probably going to ready my hatchet because I don't know what to do at this point. I'm just probably just readying my hatchet and just hoping that the worst doesn't happen.
So, are you gonna intending just like if anything gets near you?
Yeah. If anything gets near me, I'm
Okay.
going to have my
Okay.
hatchet ready.
Okay. Sure. Next we have wolves.
That still aren't dead.
Yep.
Cut them to pieces.
Let's try to recover.
Take off the head. That's how you kill a zombie. Rufus knows. He studied it.
Success has been taken. And he's gonna run over. He saw Morgan do some fancy stuff. He's gonna run over and attack Morgan. Uh, is your what's your parry?
5.
5. It does. The wolf does not hit. It lunges at you, and then you deflect it.
Yeah, so basically as it's charging, I'm backing up and bringing out the rifle. As it jumps to leap at me, I'm just gripping the rifle. I kind of push it back from me.
Hey guys, my brother just got here, so I'm going to step away for just a few, but I will be back as quick as I can.
Okay, cool. Alright, the other wolf is going to run in the other way and attack Terry. T-Mac.
Son of a bitch.
There's 2 wolves inside them.
Yeah, T-Mac took out one of the wolves outside. And it is a hit. Yeah. I'm gonna roll damage. Is your parry 6?
Parry 6, toughness 7.
Oh wait, no, that's toughness. My bad. Yeah, this wolf does not succeed at attacking you.
Alright. T-Mac does the old, kind of sweeps his long coat away and almost does a bullfighter's kind of swirl to get out of the way of the wolf.
Ole. Alright. Here we go. 10, 10, 7, Jack, 8. Okay, looks like Morgan is first.
Okay.
So how close is this wolf to me?
The wolf, it lunged at you, you knocked it back, and it's about 5 feet, kind of towards the center of the store. So it's like 5 feet away. And from this point, you're like the closest to it.
Okay, so figuring that it's too close and he won't have time to bring the rifle up and fire, he's going to release one hand from it as he lowers it, reaching out to release another bolt at it.
Okay, oh, okay, you shoot it with magic again?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Go for it. Your magic die and wild die, target number 4.
6 on the wild die.
Alright, got him. Roll your damage.
So that's going to be 17. That was a nice roll there.
Nice.
Awesome. Wow.
Pretty good.
So what happens when you kill this?
Okay, so basically, as there's this chaos around him, and this wolf lunges at him, its jaw snapping at his face, and he manages to push it back. The moment that he reaches out his hand, time seems to slow, and he flashes back to his own time of being strapped to a gurney, electricity coursing through his body, causing him to convulse violently. And he releases that emotion, that hate, that rage, and the electricity as it slams into the creature, knocking it back against one of the metal shelvings, which causes electricity to just kind of arc and coil around it until all of a sudden its eyes explode, and then it falls limp to the ground, shuddering for a few more seconds before going still.
Nice. It's dead. Take a
Awesome.
penny for
Good one.
that. Following Morgan is Chris, which is not here right now, so he's on hold. Next is T-Mac.
All right, T-Mac has finally turned away from the window, and the first thing he notices is this blast of lightning coming from Morgan. Immediately, his eyes just basically bulge out, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on in here?" And he's kind of thrown off a little bit, but he knows that this wolf has just attacked him, so he doesn't have time to kind of deal with this lightning storm that's apparently happening about 3 or 4 feet away from him. So he will turn and bring the rifle around and look to shoot the injured wolf nearby him.
I didn't hear that last thing.
And he will shoot at the injured wolf that is trying to attack him. I got a 6 on the wild, so then 8 total.
It's a shooting roll?
Yeah. So it was the 6, and then the second roll off that was a 2, so 8 total.
Okay. Yeah. You got him. And you could, if you're shooting with your rifle, you get a extra d6 for your damage die.
Okay. So 16.
Mm, 6. Roll another d6. What's that? 4, 10.
Another 6.
Again.
Well,
Very
not have
nice.
it.
Wow, that's awesome.
And a 5. So
Okay.
12, 18, 23, 27.
Describe how you killed this.
All right. So basically, as he kind of sees the lightning storm happening over here, he knows that he just doesn't have enough time. Pulls the rifle around, jams it right into the mouth of the wolf, and pulls the trigger. He doesn't have time to bring it to his shoulder, so it actually kicks back and almost flings the wolf into the air as it kind of splatters around the walls.
Nice.
Awesome.
You're just spraying the aisles with wolf.
Yeah.
And
Wolf guts.
Clean up aisle 1.
Oh, there it is.
That's not our job.
I'm probably in aisle 1.
yeah, you get a little bit of splash. Some wolf.
Oh yeah, this young, nervous kid, death grip on a hatchet, standing there with sudden
Covering
wolf
wolf
spray.
guts.
Hey, I've done a bit of sports, so so I'm not real scrawny or anything. I was just sitting here, hatchet in hand, trying to get this friggin' guts off my jacket.
Nice. We do anything else, Bobby? It's on you.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. My brother just brought me dinner.
That's right.
Cool.
So most of the threat in the store is pretty much done with.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna relax a bit, sort of release the death grip from the hatchet, sort of clean myself up a bit, get the guts off, and sort of just step out between the aisle.
All right.
Is anyone need anything after that engagement? I guess I could say.
Does anyone
Well,
need it?
I guess I missed the.
Maybe some wet naps from aisle 2.
I guess I missed the end of it there.
It's on you, Chris. What will
Oh,
you
it
do
is?
next? You're the next person to react.
Oh, great. Okay.
Basically, what happened was you had this electric force
Yeah.
field cast around you, and after that, Morgan took out the one wolf behind you, and Terry, or T-Mac, took out the wolf in front of you.
Okay. So I'm looking at the map. There are no more wolves.
No, if you're looking out specifically, you see bogeys over here.
See what?
You see a human across the street heading towards you.
The Wolf Master.
I think it's Polly Shore. Oh, buddy.
Nice.
You getting this, Rufus?
I'll just get
On
to
my
my
turn, I
feet
will.
and I'll just get to my feet and kind of look out there like, who the hell is this guy walking up here? I'll have the
Closer look, you realize it's 4 of them.
what?
Yep,
Four of them?
4 wolves?
crossing
Or 4
this.
people? 4 people?
People, my bad.
Okay.
Yes, people.
All right. Well, I'll get to my feet and turn around, leaning on the sword. My block's still in my left hand. Trying to look out there and see, who they are.
Yeah, they're lifting towards you. You kind of don't trust this. You don't get a good feeling about this. They seem something. They have the same vibe as the wolves, as the hounds.
That's all you had to say. So pretty much, yeah. As soon as I turn around and see him,
I'm the crazy one.
bam!
All right, are you gonna take a shot or you just gonna?
No, I'm not going to take a shot at them. I'm hoping to stop them from walking here and getting into this mess that we already have.
Warning
All
shot.
right, so you're just ready to shoot and see what happens.
Oh, no, I shoot. But I'm
Okay.
not shooting
Warning shot.
directly at them. I'm like shooting
Oh.
maybe... Is there something I missed?
Okay, you can
mean-
take. So you're just taking a like a warning shot.
Yeah, he's just firing a warning shot at me.
Okay, sure. You shoot a warning shot in front of them, and they're not phased. They continue towards you. Anything else before you pass?
Nothing else I really can do.
All right.
I can't go charging in melee. I mean...
Rufus. You got the
So Rufus is still filming everything, and he's got a big smile on his face. This is awesome, and he's narrating his own version of events. And when it's Morgan's turn for what he did, he's like, "Oh, and our heroic investigator summons mystic armor, surrounds himself with mystic armor, knocks the wolf aside, and then blasts Sith lightning, folks, at this wolf and incinerates it." And then camera pans to T-Mac, and he's like, "Oh, a mysterious gunslinger shoves gun in its mouth and blows its head off. Red mist everywhere. Awesome fatality." And then camera pans to Bobby. Runaway boy, readies tomahawk, uses wolf blood as war paint, does nothing. And then the camera pans out to the four people approaching, and it says, "And now the cult of the wolf whisperers approach. What will happen next?" And then passes his turn.
All right. So the wolf whispers come towards you. They only get to the parking lot because they're not that quick. But we're gonna draw initiative again. I have T-Mac with a lowly 2, Chris with a 3, Rufus with a 10, Morgan with a 10, and Bobby with a 3. So Rufus goes first.
Okay. Well, basically, Rufus is going to ready his action because he's just filming the events of other people. So if nothing's happened since his last turn, then he's just going to pass for now.
Okay, you're on hold. Next is Morgan.
Morgan is panting lightly, seemingly oblivious to blood that begins dripping from one of his nostrils. As he catches movement out of the corner of his eye, he brings his rifle up, sighting in the approaching group. Does he recognize any of them? Was it the store owner, the bus driver, or anybody that he recognizes?
Okay, where are you standing right now?
I would move back up to beside. I would be beside Rufus now, looking out the window.
Okay, so you're looking out the window. You don't really recognize these guys. It's they're kind of like the wolves. Their flesh is like kind of falling off, but they're in various different states of decay. You notice one of them is in pretty regular clothing, some plaid and jeans, whereas there's the others in the back seem kind of like slower, and they have very decayed clothing. They're almost naked.
Well, as soon as he notices that, zombies flash in his head, and he brings the rifle up, trying to shoot the closest one in the head.
Okay, so you're shooting out the window at the nearest one. Roll your shooting die.
So I rolled a 6 on the wild die. Do I roll another die?
Yeah.
And I got a 4, so I guess that's a 10.
Yeah, you get a 10, so that's a hit and a raise, so you do your damage with an extra d6. Um, that's a rifle, so
2d8.
and a 2d8, 2d6, and then drop the lowest die.
So, 8 would be 8 total.
8 total? Man. Uh,
Not a very good roll at all.
yeah, you shoot the guy in front, and he falls over. He just falls over in front of the other guys. Next is normal. Next is zombies. They are these guys walk over and kind of just spread out, and they each try to get their fill. One guy is on Chris. Another guy is at Bobby. And then the third one attacks Terry. Let's see. Okay. Alright. So T-Bone is safe. Bobby is safe. And Chris gets attacked for 5 versus your parry. Does the armor increase parry?
Good question.
It just adds 2 to the armor.
It's armor.
I guess I
Okay,
need to roll because it says that success grants 2 points of armor, raise grants 4 points.
Yeah, do you remember what your roll was when you...
You didn't actually have me roll. I didn't know I needed to roll. And
Oh, yeah, go ahead and roll.
okay, so I roll d6. So 3.
3 was your high one?
Yep.
Alright, so I'll just have the regular one on there.
So it just adds 2 to the armor. His armor.
Yeah, that's gonna... Armor is pretty much is just situational toughness. So that is 5 versus Chris's parry.
Which right now
which
is at a 3.
Are you... Where did you get the... Oh, because you're Berserk?
Yeah.
Okay.
However, my toughness and armor comes to a total of 10.
Nice. Very nice. Alright, so I'll roll... Okay. I'll roll against that. 7, 11. Yeah, he hits you. He gets shocked in the process, but yeah, he gives you a good whack and knocks you against the wall, and you are shaken.
I'll spend a Benny.
Sure. You could spend your Benny immediately after you attempt to recover, and then that way you might not have to.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to get rid of the shaken status. So what is that? Vigor?
Yeah, what's that?
What is it I'm supposed to roll? It's vigor, right?
Yeah, if you're doing a soak, if you're trying to soak, then yeah, you roll vigor. Uh, but
I gotta find- What?
that's mostly for wounds. You could actually just spend a Benny at any point to remove shaken.
That's what I was asking to do first. So
Yeah,
it's
but when it's your turn, you get a free roll to attempt to remove shaken, so you might not have to spend a
oh
Benny.
yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so hold on to that.
Okay.
So Chris is shaken, and who's next? Uh, oh yeah, 3, and then this one attempts to. The last one attempts to recover from being shaken, which is bigger, and is not successful. He's still on the ground. Uh, Following next person is Bobby.
So I'm probably at this point, seeing as how close it is, I'm just gonna throw my hatchet at its head.
Alright, you're gonna throw your hatchet. Do you have a throwing die?
Yeah, throwing d6.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Nice.
go for it.
So just one for my wild and one for my throwing, right?
Yeah. And your target number is 4.
Okay. So 5 total.
Alright, you hit it. Roll your damage.
Which
You,
is...
let me look that up real quick. Weapons. Okay. So yeah, the damage is strength plus d4.
Okay, so... d4 plus... Okay, so 2d4. And my wild, right?
Yes. And then drop the lowest die from your result.
Okay. So... That would be short. 7.
You get 7. Yep, you get him. The knife buries into him, and he's knocked over. He's knocked back.
Guess I'm not so useless now, am I?
Hi.
It's all relative.
Following that, Chris is next. Chris is shaken.
Well, I guess I'm gonna make my roll.
So you're to get unshaken. That's gonna be a spirit roll with your wild die as well.
Bobby, it just depends on how we edit the video before we post it.
Yeah. Don't worry,
Okay,
we'll
well,
make you look. We'll make
I
you look
got a
good.
success, so I'm not shaken.
Okay.
Alright. And now that I'm not shaken, can I act?
Yeah.
Alright. Since he's pretty much right up against me, I'm just lifting up the block and just putting it pretty much right to his head and pulling the trigger.
Okay. You could You could take if you want to, you could take a swing with your knife and take a shot with your Glock, and then subtract 2 from both, or from each roll. That's an option.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not rolling so hot, so I don't want to take a -2. I'd rather just put it all on the block.
I think you should go for it.
Well,
The
I'd
roll
rather
thing is
definitely
kind
do
of
damage
metal.
than
It's
miss.
supposed to be really metal, right? So it's gonna. All right, you go for it. Just
Well, no, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So, I'll roll the block first.
cool. And take a Benny.
Okay. So, check this. I should have said this was going to be the sword. I got 1 success to hit him with the gun.
Uh, Target number 4, and then -2 to your roll.
And aha, I rolled a 6 on the sword, so I hit target number 4.
With the sword, it's actually against his parry, and his parry's 5.
All right.
Did uh did you ace by any chance on that one?
Um, actually, yeah, I did. That's another die roll. But it's just the die roll. It's not the I don't roll the wild die again, right?
Um, Wait, which one?
I aced on the sword.
Yeah, you raised on the
So do
sword,
I,
and then you get an extra damage die.
okay.
Uh,
So with the sword, I would have done 14 damage.
14.
Yeah.
Yep, the sword is plenty. You cut his head off. Just with all your weight, you just slash at his neck. And really, like, the bone is the only thing that's really putting up resistance. But yeah, he just like flips around as it hits the ground.
Oh man, Rufus, tell me you got that.
Oh yeah, I got everything. I
Alright,
got it all
so
in close up.
that one's dead.
Yeah.
And that was Chris. Um, Wait, Rufus was on hold?
Well, he's just basically filming. Like,
He's still filming? Alright, take
oh yeah,
another.
he's gonna film the whole thing.
Take another Benny. You're gonna need him if you keep playing like this. Alright, and then T-Max.
All right. Quick question about the fighting one and sweep. Would I be close enough to hit both mine and Bobby's at the same time, or is there too much space between us?
Um, I'll let you. I'll let you use your movement to kind of like shove your zombie into the other one, and then you could try to hit them both.
Okay. And then for the sweep, what would work in regards to that? Because I'm like, would I still use like would it be just like fists and feet, or like how does that work?
For sweep, I think that's just. I'm not sure on sweep. Let me check that real quick. Combat edges.
Just as attack all adjacent foes at -2, but I just wasn't sure. I still use the same weapon, or if there's anything like that.
Do you have a melee weapon?
I do not.
Okay, then just roll your strength die. Just take your yeah, roll your strength die, and I guess -2 on each one.
Okay. So roll a strength die twice, as in like 2 attacks.
Yeah, I guess count them as 2 attacks.
Okay. So strength and wild. Strength and wild. So I, for each of the attacks, on the first one I aced my D6. And on the second one I aced my D8.
Nice one.
So rolling the D6 again, it's a 2, so that's a total of 6 total there. And for the D8, 5, so that would be 11. So the first one was an 8, sorry, the first one was a 6, and the second one was 11.
Wait, you aced the D6?
Yeah, I
and-
re-rolled that already with the 2, and then I aced the D8 and rolled the 5. So the first attack would be a total
Oh.
of 6,
Okay,
and the
6.
second attack would be a total of 11.
Okay. So this you 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 smash. Are you what kind of attack are you doing?
Basically, I'm using the butt of the rifle.
Okay, so you're using this rifle to ram the your zombie into the one that was attacking Bobby that has an axe buried in him, kind of looking the other way. You kind of shove them into each other, and then with the butt of the rifle, you kind of smash in the head of the one in front of you, and he's gone. And the other one gets knocked over, but he's still up.
Okay. I spit on the dead body of the one and give kind of a little kind of boot kick to the other one, pushing it a little bit further if I can.
Yeah, he's got the axe, and then he just has like he just gets like knocked over. You got the 2 corpses on top of each other, and you just give it a good kick. That was T-Mac. So we go again. T-Mac 7, Chris 6, Rufus Ace, Morgan 5, Bobby Joker.
Oh.
So Joker means you're automatically on hold. You could choose to go whenever you want to on the turn, and all your rolls get +2. So Joker is a great time to do multiple actions. Do you want to remain on hold, Bobby?
I'm going to probably recover my hatchet from the zombie's body.
Yeah.
And sort of like, and just get ready myself up in case something else happens.
Okay.
And actually not ready up. Mainly look to see if there's any roof access. Actually.
Roof access. Just from memory, you guys have kind of checked the outside of the building and the inside. There seems to be no roof access.
Good to know.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of take your hatchet back and kind of back up against one of the aisles, taking a defensive position. Next is Rufus. Continue filming the carnage.
Yeah, I mean, is there still zombies? There's still like probably one more.
There's just the one that's pinned under the headless zombie corpse.
Yeah, so he's gonna keep filming and he's gonna narrate to the viewers about like this is how you kill zombies, folks. This is how it's done. Look at even a kid can do it, and talk about like how he beheaded the zombies with his tomahawk, empowered by war paint.
And you get a nice zoom in shot of the zombie. He's missing he kind of has like nothing in his eye sockets, and his teeth are like most of them have fallen out. He's just
See, zombies are real, and this is how you can kill them. It's easy,
Yeah.
folks.
You got the money shot. Next is T-Mac.
You did, Ryan.
Thanks. T-Mac is definitely going to turn the rifle back around, bring it up to his shoulder, and he's going to basically look down at this other zombie, and he's going to put the barrel close to his head, and he's going to look over at Bobby the kid and be like, "Sorry, you got to see this, kid," and just pull the trigger.
He's done. It's not even difficult to. He's done.
Nice.
All right, so
You Rufus go, oh, nice. He zoomed in right when you did that. Gives you a thumbs up.
so all the visible enemies have been dealt with. How do you guys go about? What are you guys doing next?
Rufus is gonna walk around to all the corpses, and he's gonna like zoom in with the camera and do like full scans and close-ups and everything, and like poke them a little bit, and get all the footage he needs for the video evidence that they're legitimate zombies, folks. Legitimate, real zombies.
Nice. Do you intend to just continue filming as long as you can?
Well, for now, like once like he's got the footage of all the zombies, then he'll turn off the camera after that.
All right. Anyone else?
T-Mac's going to kind of think back to the time when they were on the bus, and he's going to try to figure out to himself if he recalls seeing the driver leave the keys in the bus, or if he'd seen the driver take the keys with him when he disappeared.
You don't remember this detail, but the bus is there. The door is open. You remember that?
All right, T-Mac's going to kind of look over at the other guys, and especially at Chris, who's still got this kind of lightning armor, flowing up and down him, and he's going to see, if I make a run for the bus, think you can cover me?
I just kind of twist the sword to get all the blood and gore off of it, retrieve my rifle, clear it, put another round in, and that's literally how I answer him.
All right.
Rufus will
And
say,
when the next opportunity comes, I'm going to make a run for the bus.
Okay, so Rufus will say, just wait, we should do something first. I read about this online, and then he'll go and take some like lighter fluid cans, and he'll start putting lighter fluid on all the zombie bodies, and he'll get matches, and he'll be like, you gotta burn the corpses, or they're just gonna rise again, man. And then he'll start flicking matches and start putting all the zombie corpses on fire. He'll be like, all right, now we can go to the bus.
All right, everyone's watching this happen. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Run!
Yeah, run. Run for the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bus.
So you get to the bus. Make a notice roll, D4 on your wild die.
Okay, this is D8, which is nice. I aced the wild.
You're okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you look around. You see no keys. Try to mess around with the controls. See if you have access to anything. You can't even close the door. It's like all reliant on the keys for electricity.
Can I use my streetwise to see if I know how to hotwire a bus?
You pop a panel open and you take a look and you just don't know what's going on. Maybe a regular car you could figure it out, but this is just foreign. You look around the visor and you see Bernie's license, bus driving license. He is his name is Bernie Cole. And his mailing his address is actually from Edinburgh.
So we can't start the car, right? We can't start the bus.
No.
No key. All the functionality relies on the key.
How close was the town from where we're at?
You are in the town. There's just farms surrounding, like, basically, I guess this used to be a town, but then this store just serves like the locals. It's just farmers, and who knows what else. But
Would we be able to determine from the address the location of Bernie's place from here?
Yeah, I want to look at the front of the store and see if there's any numbers for what the address is or anything like that.
yeah, the 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 store has a like a highway address, and um the ID has like a Rosewood Drive or something. It's yeah, there's a
Well, I would check for a phone book, but the store is on fire, so that's prohibitive. Can we see any lights of like any houses nearby?
well, if you look around, you see a phone booth next to the store, and like the store's not all on fire, just like some of the insides and like the
Just the
aisles
bottom.
are starting to.
Okay, well then I'll check the phone booth, and if that has a book, then I'll grab that. If not, then I'll.
As he does that, T-Mac is going to try to climb onto the top of the bus for a better vantage point.
All right, yeah, you just open up one of the windows and then use that as a boost to get up there. Looking around, you see that the last farm you remember seeing was 2 miles back, and onward, and on that side of the road, there seems to be a collection of buildings that's even closer. It's maybe a quarter mile off.
Rufus will turn to Morgan when he comes back to the bus, and he'll wiggle his fingers at him like this and say, "Can you jumpstart the bus with that force lightning you got there?"
Probably more likely fry the system than anything else.
It's worth a shot.
I'll relay my information to the
Alright.
others about what I see.
So we have to walk to the farm. I definitely think we gotta get away from here. If more zombies come, or more wolves, or the cops. Either way, any of those options are not good for us.
We've made a lot of noise, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you can see that as things return back to normalcy, Rufus is starting to look around again.
Mm-hmm.
His paranoia is returning.
Yeah, you guys are looking around and no sign of other zombies.
They could come any minute.
So
guys.
far,
we gotta get out of here.
so far nothing strange.
T-Mac calls out from the top of the bus. I think we got to find some transportation out of here, guys.
Yeah.
Bus is the only vehicle.
Yeah,
Well,
on this lot, it's just the bus.
Nobody
according
else
to
outhire this thing. Rufus will say.
Gave it a try. It's not going to work.
well, there's a collection of houses a quarter mile away from here, according to T-Mac. So either we ditch the bus and head there, or we just wait for the next truck or something, or car.
Wow, we're gonna have to do a lot of explaining if a car comes along and stops for us. There's a lot of dead bodies around here. I'm burning a few of them, but still.
Yeah.
Rufus is just like getting agitated. Like, it's not safe here, guys. We gotta move, even if we have to walk. It's still nightfall, right?
Let's move.
It's nighttime.
I'm sure we can make it somewhere else and get a ride. There's nothing here for us.
You guys know how this goes in the movies, man. We can't stay here.
Yeah. For once, I actually agree with Rufus.
Rufus just gives you a slap on the back. He's like, there you go, see? Now you're learning the ropes. We'll make a good investigator out of you yet.
So we
You handled that tomahawk pretty well.
good one. So we're heading to the farm?
Yep.
Okay, cool. You guys want to take a 5 or 10 minute break right now? Take a breather.
I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I might have to duck out though at this point.
After what?
I might have to exit the session at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have some stuff to do today.
Okay, that's cool.
But
I didn't know
you
how.
guys can NPC Rufus.
Yeah.
He's paranoid, and if anything happens, he's gonna film it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm gonna have to go within 30 minutes, but I can keep going for now or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys?
I'm good for a few more minutes.
Okay. Do
I'm
you
good.
guys
I'm good.
want to explore the farm and then call it a night?
Mm.
Or we could just call the session here. I don't know if you guys have commitments next week.
Aside from the Heroes of Avalon City thing I have next week, that is if the guys are available for Wednesday or Thursday.
Do you guys want to do the same thing Friday at some time?
Yeah, throw up the event and we'll see if we can do it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to continue for sure. I like the story where it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some brilliant RH roleplay, man.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Especially
even
since
cast
it's
spells yet. He hasn't even broken out the Necronomicon yet. Then you guys are gonna really see some stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This is
He
gonna
still has the Piccolo training weights on.
So yeah, let's do up a second session sometime.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
For sure.
Alright.
I guess we'll stay in contact in the one-shot group.
All right.
Sure.
That's awesome.
I'm very
Thanks,
excited
so much for setting this up,
to
man.
continue this.
Can you post the link too for the session? The video link.
Yeah, to the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Alright, and stop
Good
broadcast.
rewatch.
Good session,
Thanks
guys.
a lot, guys. That was a lot of fun.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was. Awesome. Oops.